Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. It's a meditation called Leaves on a Stream. And this is about releasing self-limiting thoughts. So welcome everybody. Go ahead and get comfortable, whatever that means for you. Find a place that is relatively free of distractions and kind of quiet, if possible. I know we all have different things going on in our lives. We may have other humans and furry beings, and life is happening. So find a place that is relatively quiet, and then you can sit, or you can lie down, or you can stand. Meditator's choice, whatever feels good for you today. And then once you get nestled into that space, and there's no rush, because actually this part is a part of the meditation. The preparation and settling in is totally a part, so take your time. But once you're there, begin to look around and just notice what's here in the here and now. So looking around your room, whatever space you're occupying, seeing what's there, and maybe doing so without any judgment. And then also beginning to notice your breath and the quality of your breath in this moment. And so we oftentimes talk about the breath. Every meditation, we talk about the breath, and people may think, why do we keep talking about the breath? Because the breath changes from day to day, moment to moment. It is a metronome for presence. And so notice how your breath is flowing through you right now without any judgment, because how you're breathing is perfectly fine. So just let it be and just be aware. And know that there will be times when I am silent, I'm quiet, but the meditation is still going. We're still doing the thing. I'll make it very clear once we've come to the conclusion. In this moment, if you want to close your eyes or soften your gaze, feel free to do so and continue to even further settle into the space. And with your eyes closed or your gaze softened, you may begin to notice, just as you did with everything externally to you, noticing what is gurgling up. I'm thinking of a stomach gurgling. What is bubbling up inside of you? And notice that without judgment too. So, can I hear my stomach or my heartbeat or my breathing or whatever it may be? Become aware of your internal environment and the sounds and sensations that are being created at this time. Let's take a moment to become an explorer of you, which sounds like fun to me. Explore yourself. You deserve that. And if you like, I'm going to invite you into the visualization space, into your imagination. And so beginning to imagine that you are resting by the side of a stream. And you can get real fancy with it. The stream doesn't have to be in a logical place. So you can place that stream in your living room. That would be cool. Or you can place that stream on Mars or Venus. That might be interesting. You can place that stream wherever you would like it to be, wherever your mind's eye takes you. Then go there and sit next to that stream and simply rest. Use all of your senses to imagine what the stream looks like and everything that's surrounding it, the sound of the water and other ambient sensations. And notice also how you feel being next to this stream. Is it soothing? Is it calming? Is it disruptive? And there's no right or wrong. Just noticing what it's like to be resting next to this stream that you have created. And then I'm going to ask you to place some sort of tree or some kind of leaf bearing fruit, leaf bearing object in nature next to that stream, and to pick off a couple of leaves from it. It's okay because they regenerate, so we're not doing any harm to that tree or that plant. But go ahead and pluck a couple of leaves off and place them right next to you. And then once you do, again, begin to simply focus on the stream. As you do, noticing what thoughts also stream through your mind. So we see the water stream, and at the same time, there's often a stream of thoughts occupying our mind. That's normal, that's human. There's no need to stop them, but just become aware of the thoughts that are present, that are streaming through in this moment, moving just like the water of the physical stream you see. And then we're going to begin to explore self-limiting thoughts that one may have, which is part of human nature oftentimes. And so one of the leaves that are in front of you, I'll ask you to place thoughts that arise where anxiety arises within the thoughts. So place one of those thoughts on that leaf, a thought that might be anxiety inducing for you. Because in this moment, you probably don't need it. And so place that thought on one of those leaves, and then place that leaf into the stream and watch it float away. So the anxiety you were once carrying that was attached to a specific thought is now written on that leaf, and it is floating away from you slowly. And as it does, perhaps that space that was in your body holding on to the anxiety also begins to melt away a little bit. And you feel a release internally as you watch the anxiety float away. Take a moment. And now you might notice that that leaf is completely out of sight, that that anxiety has completely floated away from you. Just sit within that vibration. Now, with another leaf that is sitting right in front of you, you might place thoughts that induce a sense of worry. So any thoughts that may be streaming through your mind and you think, oh, I'm worried about that. I'm worried about what happened yesterday or what's going to happen later. Or I'm worried about XYZ. You can place those thoughts onto that leaf in front of you. And just as we did with anxiety, place the worry onto the stream as well and watch it float away. As those worries float away, perhaps your body begins to soften even more too. Perhaps your body begins to feel a little bit lighter, carrying less worry than you had before. And so just sit within that sensation, feeling a little less worry, a little less anxiety, as you watch them both float away on that stream in your imagination. Let them go. Just take several breaths here to release those things because they may have felt heavy. So take time here to honor the release, and the release comes through the exhalation. That's another way of letting go. And now at this point, you have a few more leaves sitting in front of you as you're resting by this stream. And on this next leaf, I'll ask that you bring up feelings of shame, any thoughts that you may have that contain feelings of shame. And perhaps you don't, and that is a beautiful thing. And maybe you do, and if you do, you can write those thoughts down on this leaf and you can place it in the stream and release it. Let it float away from you, slowly but surely floating away from you, and let it float out of the body too. And now just notice the sensations you feel as you have released thoughts that are shame-inducing. They're not doing you any good in this present moment. And so what happens if we let them go down, down, down the stream on that beautiful leaf? Let them go and continue to soften in your body, soften into this space, soften into this present moment. And now, if you like, bringing up any thoughts that are streaming through your mind, again, much like that stream that you're visualizing, they're so similar, except one is internal and the other is external. And so we are externalizing these thoughts and feelings and then letting them float away. And so any thoughts and feelings that bring up a sensation of fear, and oftentimes humans have sensations of fear, that again is a part of our human experience. You can place that fear on a leaf and let it float away, just like you did with the anxiety, worry, and shame. Let the fear float away too. And let it also exit your body, and then just sit within that relaxation that occurs once the fear is released. Let it go. It's not doing anything for you in this present moment in time, so we can watch it simply float away outside of us and away from our psyche. Let that fear move down the stream of your imagination. Let's take a few moments here of silence and gratitude for having released that. Now become aware of any self-limiting thoughts that make you feel judgmental of yourself. So self-judgment, and not good judgments, the nasty things that we might say to ourselves. If any of that is streaming through your consciousness, streaming through your mind, streaming through your awareness, and also streaming through your body, this is an opportunity to place that on the final leaf that is in front of you, which you plucked earlier. Place all of the self-judgment, any of that negativity, place it on that leaf and let it go. Let it go down that stream. And you can watch it as it gets further and further away from you, and maybe also noticing in your body that it begins to get more and more calm and softer and free and fluid. Just noticing what it feels like to release the self-judgment in this present moment in time. Watching it go down that stream. Now, just take a moment to simply be with what is here in the present, to notice your breath again, where we began our practice and where we conclude all of our practices. So come back to that mechanism of breath and noticing perhaps if it has shifted and changed from when we started. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. No judgment, simply an awareness. Let it flow as it will, no forcing in this moment, just an allowance. And again, return to the internal sensations that are occurring within your body. So maybe your stomach is gurgling a little bit. Maybe you're like, I'm done with this meditation now. I am hungry, and I would respect your choice for that. So noticing that, or noticing, am I thirsty in this moment? How does my heart sound? All the things that are happening internally. Are there any tingling sensations? What is awakening in this moment? And then, if you feel so inclined, you might start to invite a little bit of movement back into your body. So maybe your fingertips want to dance a little bit. Maybe your eyelids want to flutter a little bit. Who knows? But you are more than welcome to invite movement back into your body. You're also more than welcome to continue in stillness. There is no rush to exit this meditation. It is all on your time, not mine. You are the guide. I'm simply offering up suggestions. So, a suggestion to move if you feel ready to do so, and a suggestion to open your eyes if you feel like you want to let a little bit of light in and awaken back up to this day and just notice again what is in your environment. Perhaps you see the same thing you noticed when we started our meditation, but perhaps now, on the other side of the meditation, these things might look a little bit different. Perhaps your eyes might see a little bit clearer. Maybe you feel a little more awakened. So that concludes our meditation for today, everybody.